Guys, how? Hello, hope you are fine again. So, today we will be talking about Cripps mission. Cripps mission, I mean to say, visited India in 1942, March 1942. March. March 1942. Cripps actually was his full name was Sir Cripps, Sir Stafford Cripps, and he was Lord Privy Council of British Parliament, and under his leadership, a delegation was sent to India to, sort out the differences between the different Indian communities, especially Hindus and Muslims, and to bring them on a single platform, on single agenda, and to make a single constitution for India that was to be made after independence of India by the people of by the politicians of India. Muslim League, Congress, and all other parties. So why this commission or this mission or this delegation was sent to India. What was need? Actually, it was the war period of Second World War. Second World War was going on between the British. Between two groups of countries, two blocks. One block was led by the British, and second block was led by the Germany. So, during this period of time, this war lasted for 5 years, from 1939 to 1945, 44, 45. So, in initial years of war, in 1942, for example, British saw some disadvantage for losses in war against Japan. Japan was the ally of Germany. So Japan had conquered, many east areas in the east. On the east front of war, and these areas were the colonies of British people and Britain, and Japan was making advances, and it was predicted that it will strike at the borders of India from the east, and it will reach India and will conquer India, will occupy India as well. So there was pressure on British from its ally countries, from France, from America as well, and China as well, that Britain should create some kind of a cordiality, friendship in Indian people, so that India can also be take on board to participate in war on the side of Britain. So Indian people were supposed to be to be mobilized on the side of Britain against Japan. So given this pressure, under this pressure, the Britain sent a delegation to Indian people to India to tell them that we will liberate India, or we will withdraw from India, we will make India independent if after this war is ended. So for this cooperation, they needed cooperation of Indian people in order to prevent Japan from conquering India. From conquering India. So for cooperation, what British was supposed to give to the people of India in return? They, demanded the people of India, for example, Muslims and Hindus, demanded Britain that British should withdraw from India, after the war and give independence to the Indian people, to India. And in this, and in return, the people of India will cooperate with Britain to face Japan. So meanwhile, the Cripps mission offered Indian people that there would be, they brought a proposal. That was an arrangement, a proposal that was to be, implemented during this war period. That proposal was, and for example, Cripps mission proposal was that there would be an Indian Federation, and above all there would be Indian Federation and Indian government. This Indian Federation or this government will deal only 3 or 4 subjects, foreign relations and currency and defense and communication as well. And all other subjects, all other ministries would be given to the provinces, and provinces were allowed, provinces were given permission to make small unions of 1, 2 or 3 provinces or 5, 4 provinces, or remain independent out of unions. So there was expected that there would be 4 to 5 unions. All these unions will consist on more than 2 provinces, more than 1 provinces, and above all these unions there would be a federal government, Indian Union, overall union, which will deal only 3 or 4 subjects, and all other residuary subjects, residuary powers, residuary ministries would be given to the provinces or to the unions of the provinces. And then there would be interim government. During this time period there would be interim government, and this interim government would be assigned a task to formulate a constitution for India. And this interim government will take people from the India, Indian politicians, from the Congress and from the Muslim League and all other parties as well. So what was actually, so this proposal or this charter of this mission was accepted by the Muslim League under Quaid-e-Azam, and this was also accepted by the Congress, but there were some conditions placed before accepting or giving in written. What were these conditions? For example, Congress demanded that an interim government will be independent and autonomous of governor, and the powers in this governor general, who was a viceroy of India, would be very much limited, and this would be parliamentary sort of government, federal sort of government, an interim government, and this would be autonomous, this would be independent, this would be fully powered. It would be given, it would have power to formulate constitution, and then the Ministry of Defense also would be under the interim government to conduct the war. War was going on, as all we know. So Congress thought that it would be better if the ministry is given to the Indian people, to the Congress, to the interim ministry, to the interim government. So it would be easy for the government, Indian government, to mobilize Indian people, to Indian resources as well, to prevent Japan conquering India. But the difference between Congress and Cripps mission appeared was that Cripps mission was not ready to hand over defense ministry to the interim government. This was supposed to be dominated by Congress, and the powers of Governor General were also not be agreed by the Cripps mission to hand over to the elected government or to the interim government. This actually made difference, friction between the Cripps mission and Congress. So when Congress did not get what it wanted from the Cripps mission in interim government, it rejected the proposals of Cripps mission and said that we don't, I mean to say we don't accept Cripps mission and we reject it. As so, when Congress rejected Cripps mission, Muslim League also rejected Cripps mission because it was also not, I mean to say, favorable to the Muslim League, because the Cripps mission had not promised Pakistan to the Muslim League. That had been the demand of Muslim League, I mean to say, after Lahore Resolution of 1940. So this, I mean to say, failed. Cripps mission failed. Gandhi called it failed mission, post-stated check on the falling bank, and so this, after 2 or 3 months of negotiations between the Cripps mission and the Indian politicians, Congress and Muslim League, Cripps mission went back to England and declared that they had failed to bring consensus between the Indian people, between the two parties, Muslim League and Congress, or between Muslims and Congress. So this was actually overview of the Cripps mission. Muslim League accepted it because it thought that the idea of Pakistan was very much there. How the idea of Pakistan was very much there? They thought that when the mission has, incorporated a clause in its proposal that provinces would be allowed to join, to make unions, or to make, to remain independent. So Muslim League thought that this is allowed, if this is allowed to the provinces, then Muslim provinces can come together and make a union of their own with autonomy, extreme autonomy, or independent under the Indian Federation, having only 3 or 4 subjects. So this was all about the Cripps mission. I think you got the idea, and in next lecture we will talk about cabinet mission, and that is very important, and that is very crucial topic. So thank you again.